behind the scenes in your mind?
Yeah, so in Larian we value three things, right? Which is like the player agency and story. Those are like our two pillars for the character team. We work very closely with other teams to come up with a design. The first of them is like we all get notes and briefs from the writer themselves about how the character should be like. So from there, usually we have like some initial concept design that we will work on. Or sometimes there's none of those, right? So we have to come up with a design ourselves. One very good example is like the staring scene right now. I have to come up with like a white shirt, a nice white shirt vampire kind of design. So it was very nice to like design a fashion sense for how a staring would be like to bring it to life, you know. Like, I think like it's like a strategy that we were doing for.
That's very interesting. And you see all the Asterion here actually, the real one. Yay! So how about Vishnu, like doing a cinematic, as a cinematic artist, to cinematic someone like Raphael, it must be very tough for you. Like, who is this? Like, what is the behind the scenes that you would like to share with us during the whole entire process of making this sequence in the cinematic?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's tough because I keep saying like I'm lucky, right? I'm working with a lot of talented people in the company, like the writer, the scripter, like the character artist. I actually work on one of the characters that you designing, the Night Song.
Oh,
yeah. So, if everyone went to X2, I don't know if you guys kill Patrick, you'll see some Night Song action there, right? And obviously also Raphael, it's always been a pleasure when I work with Raphael in the scene, right? I mean, the material is already so good. Like every time I got to work with a character like as theatrical, like Raphael, like Harleep, for example, it's always been like, I feel fortunate, you know? Speaking of Night Song, actually we have like a montage of like some of the cinematic we did as a team, so it's not done solely by me. Yeah, we can play it. Yeah, as you can see, right, like, it's so easy to work on this scene when the character is so cool.
Yeah. I also want to say like when I was playing the game for the first time and when this thing happened, the transformation scene in particular, I was actually like very emotional. You know? The music was just right, the pacing of it, it just makes me like it's dropped down my Yeah, very, very great job.
Well, as you can see, as developer ourselves, we actually do play the game and we do feel the game together as you guys are. So of course, we would like to know from Andrew, right? So for all the collaboration we have done with Larian Studios team, right? As a voice actor for Raphael and for Harleep, and also we have another one that you might want to disclose. So during the whole entire collaboration with the art team, with the voice team, what was your feeling working with the Larian team members?
I mean, everything was a joy to work on this game from start to finish. You know, all the direction and Wincott productions and the script, which is unbelievable. So there wasn't much I had to do really, just embody, bring life to the extraordinary scripts that have been written for me, and just trust my instincts, and the directors helped that whole process. Just a little nudge here and there, but it was really an intuitive thing. and an incredibly open, collaborative, and creative process. And wonderful graphics, wonderful design. It's just a joy.
Definitely. So, like, there are a lot of people was asking us, like, how did you make Raphael's life as a character? You know, like, we can visualize it, but during the work process of voice acting, how did you put yourself into the character and make it to life? As everyone liked it, right? So, what was your feeling during the whole process?
Well, I suppose my feeling was, with the devil, if you're playing a character like this, he should be charming. So I tried to find the wit, the charm, the irony, and to channel that aspect, because he would be seductive, he would be alluring. There's a line in Harleep, the devil has power to assume a pleasing shape. So my way into Raphael was to find that charm, to seduce, but also just, you do see the power, you do sense the danger. So you shouldn't really be messing with this guy, but it's my job to make you want to. Which is a great challenge, but so much fun. And these are the best parts to play, really, these villainous characters, where you can walk that tightrope. You know, you shouldn't just be effortlessly charming, because the devil doesn't have to try too hard.
Yeah. So, are you guys excited to see the behind-the-scenes video of Raphael?
Yes!
Should I play it? Oh yeah, we will screen the Harleep. Yeah. Sorry, we will screen the Harleep part first. Is that okay? Ready? Close your eyes if you can't handle it.
Oh my god!
And every time a tingle from my heart.
Why did I stop?
And it's a collaboration, right? It's a huge collaboration. So we all wanted to know, what was your favorite moment working in Baldur Games?
My favorite moment?
Your first day?
Well, one of my most memorable moments was the very first session, not with Harleep, but with Raphael. It was my very first motion capture session. And, you know, I arrived at the studio and was told, well, you take your clothes off. You put this on, this Velcro suit. It's very attractive, body-hugging Velcro suit. I thought, oh, well, okay, clothes in a locker. And then they put lots of infrared markers, all the markers are over the body, and then we're wired for sound. And after this rather elaborate process, you then have to make sure the software's working. So you go through a series of movements to make sure the avatar is behaving. So day one, session one, everything's more or less happening as it should do. We're all set to go, and the fire alarm goes off in the studio. We have to evacuate the building. This is what, like this, I'm not decent. So there we were on Croydon High Street in the drizzle of a Monday morning, being dressed in Velcro. The whole staff at the pit stop, the whole crew, and people wandering up and down High Street saying, I've seen those get-ups in Marks and Spencer's, they're good on there, That was a very memorable moment, but everything was fine after that. There was no fire, only the 9 hells. And we had great fun. Ever since then, every session was a joy.
That's always the most memorable moment in our life. So I would like to hear so from Wayne and Vishnu, what would be your favorite moments working in Baldur Gate 3? Instead of the fire alarm, please.
I don't think I can follow up the firearm story, but I mean, obviously working on the Harleep romance scenes was probably a highlight for me. Because it's, you know, as a fan of like dating sim genre, right? The romance scene is such an important part of it, and yeah, I'm so glad that Larian Malaysia gets to do romance scenes, you know. But my personal work that I did was when I got to do the death of Harleep scene. Like I actually get very emotional when I was working on it. Like even the animator, like, oh no, I don't know if I can work on this because we love the character so much, right? Yeah, that's probably the highlight for me. How about you?
For me, there's many moments like that throughout the whole project. Right? So I think one of the earliest, more exciting thing is that I specifically joined Larian because I want to work in Baldur Gate. Because Baldur Gate 2 means a lot of things to me when I was younger and legal. So it was such an honor and such an excitement to work on Baldur Gate 3. So that was like one of the big moments. Another is probably not during the development. It was close to when we were announcing that game. There was this particular moment that happened. I'm based in Kuala Lumpur, so our time zone is very Asian time zone, right? And during one of the announcements is when we announced along with the bear scene, the very infamous bear scene. So what happened was I was in a voice chat with some of my friends. I had no idea. Because a lot of the characters that we designed in Baldur Gate that we don't specifically design them for just one purpose. Like for example, the bear was just an animal creature that exists in the world. And when we started to redesign that, was based on the cinematic needs, right? At one point during early access, that we decided that we wanted to expand on the cinematics. We wanted the game to be much more cinematic, live. So in that need, right, a lot of the animals that were designed before needs to have the ability to be moved. It needs to look much more realistic in the presentation. And the bear was first of all, like I came up to the art director at the time and said, hey, I think, you know, it would be nice if we look at the quality of the animals at that time. So throughout that process, you know, we designed, make the bear much more realistic. And when that trailer or when that announcement arrived, when Sven was playing that game, and me and my friends was in the voice, I was in disbelief. I was like, oh no. I was pretty much just as shocked as everyone else when watching that live. And I was like, oh no, what happened?
What happened to your bear?
It was a very shocking moment. It was really funny to think that.
That's great. So as you all know, that's the behind the scene in the development side. We would like to hear from the performance TV side as well. As I know that you are not only voice acting for Raphael and Harleep. There's another one. We want to talk about that. Before you say that the answer, anyone here knows in Baldur Gate 3, besides Raphael and Harleep, who else or what else did Andrew voice act in the game? Raise your hand. Nobody. I don't know. Alright.
I think it's no idea that's good.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Yes. He's a fish head man. His name is Momo. Alright. What was your experience on that?
A very different physicality.
How was your experience? Voice acting?
What voice acting? Doing that one? Or, well, I mean, it was just. I mean, this is an example of how open and creative the process was. At the end of one session, oh, we've got another character we'd like you to do. Oh, really? Oh, good. What's this? No, he's the leader of these fish people. It's a very different kind of physicality. So I said, sure, well, let's give it a go. And I forgot that he's in it, but occasionally I'm reminded.
Yeah, so this character is really hidden. Even in the game, not a lot of people are able to find this character itself. So it's really, really honored to have members to be not just one or two, right? There's more. And hopefully, yeah, there's more coming up. Right, so this is really a very great collaboration that we do have between the developers and the performance teams. And we also wanted to know, we want to appreciate every one of you. Without your community feedbacks, we won't be able to be better and better. And we want to be better for sure. So I would like to, I've been told by the organizer, we have run out of time, but we do have some small surprise today. We have some questions that we have received from the fans. Are we good with answering questions? You good with that? Yeah? Good. So we received a lot of questions from the fans today in the past weeks. So I'll come with the first question. This is more particularly for you, for Andrew. First one is, were there any scenes that you were particularly proud of performing during your whole
I'm proud of all of the scenes because it was such an extraordinary, wonderful and rewarding experience being part of this game, which none of us had any idea was going to become the phenomenon that it did become. But it was just so positive and creative. But I have to say, I mean, when Harleep came along, Larian said, look, we've got this idea, and it was quite late in the process. I'm sure it was all part of the thing. We quite like to romance Raphael, and Larian said, are you sure? I'm not sure this is really a good idea. He is the devil after all. So along came the idea that they would, an incubus would be created in Raphael's image. The idea being something like Raphael only likes to make love with his own image, even though the incubus can manifest male or female. Well, this is very interesting. So I had to find a spin on Raphael. So he was like Raphael, but there was something different about him. So I tried to make him a bit lighter, perhaps more camp, a bit more loose, certainly more suggestive. And to find a physicality for him. Well, most of it I was on the floor or on my knees. Yeah. But, it's not always that comfortable. Because there was no bed. I wasn't lying on a bed. That all came much later in the creative process. I'm improvising it, as you saw, in the studio. But being able to find them, to discover those gestures that are appropriate. And what was interesting was, as the motion capture developed, the sophistication, the technology developed, and hand gestures became more apparent. There were gloves were devised into which chips were put that enabled the hand, the finger movements to be recorded and put into the. Is that right?
Yeah, we do polish it a little bit with the animation team. That helps with the initial, building blocks on like how the character moves and everything. So yeah, it definitely has evolved throughout our development.
It was so interesting because the process was over 4 or 5 years, but Harleep came quite late in the process. Yeah.
During the process, we feel it, and then we're just like, okay, let's discuss and let's make the decisions together, and then it picks up to something everyone likes.
Yeah. So where are we going with this? Let's have fun.
Yeah, and the reason why Raphael as well as Harleep was also in live now, and is continuously having a lot of stories because of the fans' feedback as well. We got a lot of very good feedback from them, and then we react from them, and we make it better based on everyone's of your feedback as well. So I would like to also ask, like Wayne, right? So when you're grading your characters, and then we receive some feedback from the fans or the community, what was your reaction and how would you
think like I think I can share this story, right? I think like most people already know, like familiar with how Raphael came out in the first act, in the early access. So what I know is that Raphael as a character was supposed to only have like a minor side quest, but due to his character being so charismatic and such a popular character during early access, like it was very well received from the fans. We decided that influenced our decision to expand the role of Raphael later on in act as well. That's why we decided to have like the whole Harleep thing. It was an interesting thing to design as well because they are essentially like a manifestation of Raphael during his younger, and also like both the masculine and also like feminine. Like we have to kind of use that as like as a pillar in guiding us to redesign both younger version of Raphael as well. It's very very interesting on how to see like the feedback of the fans. Basically inspired the team as well because I think seeing the positive feedback from everyone like it's like a huge inspiration for us.
That's great, awesome. So how about you, Vishnu? So I would have to say like you love romancing.
Oh, I do. And
Share with us more about that, right?
yeah, when I first got assigned this scene, it was a shock. First of all, like we get to romance the devil finally. So that's one. And the initial, I was talking about this morning with Andrew. Like initially, the scene was very overscope. Like the writer really like had fun with the idea of like romancing potential incubus, right? I still remember like the first draft of the scene. There's a part where the player will get tied up in the bed and then get summoned and watched during the whole thing. And I think the director and my lead, when they first saw the scene, they're like, this is gonna be the most expensive romance scene. We're like, okay, I think we need to calm down a bit. It's still gonna be a fun scene, but let's it's overscope, I think. Yeah. But I mean that's game development, right? You evolve and like you throughout the development process. So I think what we had in the end is still fun, like you captured the essence of like romancing incubus, and it helps with like the performance from the voice actor is also so good. So yeah, it was really great.
Thank you. So I guess we should continue with the romance topic, yeah? I would say that would be great. Is it okay for me to continue the romance topic? Yeah! So I have received a very particular, very unique questions to Andrew. From one of you here, but I do not know who. The questions come, would you take Harleep out date for a date?
Would I?
Would you, Raphael, take Harleep out on a date? Yes or no, and why?
Well, in the House of Hope there are many dates. My date with that. Yes, he certainly would. Yeah, I mean, Harleep's a bit of a handful, so you've got to choose the right setting. Yeah.
What would be the setting that you have in your mind?
Like a Chinatown,
With the durian desserts?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
A lot of that.
Awesome. So, actually, I felt like these questions really make me have a lot of inspiration. And I want to thank this person who asked this question. I don't know who. Are you here? The person who asked this question about would you take Harleep out on a date? Is this person here? No. I don't think so. Maybe no. It's okay. We can go to the next question. Alright. We do have another question from the fans in the community as well. This is a little bit interesting because we loves your voice and lovers. How did you feel about singing your own song, your fight song during the Raphael final act, House of Symbol?
How did I feel about singing? Well, the song was another one of those moments where you know, Larian had come up with this amazing idea that Raphael was going to sing his own boss fight, sing during his boss fight. And I think a lot of people have said how surprising this is to experience in game. And it takes you by surprise, and you have to stop and process this, and get the song on loop, right, first of all, before you can carry on with the fight. But I just thought this is, again, an amazingly creative idea. And I just went with the flow. I said, you want Raphael to sing? So, where are we now? Well, we're going into sort of almost Disney villain territory. But they said, well, we're going to do it as a rap. And we'll see what happens. So I said, well, are you sure? Because I'm not a singer. So they said, yeah, let's do this. I said, well, how bad can it be? They'll tell me if it's no good. So Boris was in Bulgaria, directing me. We had, I think, 1 hour for the session. He was talking to me remotely, talking me through the timing, telling me how he imagined it. So we went through it, about 3 times, and the technician saying, guys, we've got to wrap this, we've got to get on to the next, we've got scenes to record, we've got lights to record. Bobby said, okay, we do it one more time, and this time forget everything I told you, we're almost ready to go on stage, we go for the performance. I said, okay, I think I know what he wants now. We're about to do we're going to musical. So we did it, and it was amazing. And then I got to sing it live at the Royal Festival Hall at the Game Music Festival in London. Was anybody there? Anybody saw that? There's a little clip on my Instagram, and the kind of minute of the song. But it was extraordinary. We did it as an encore, so nobody really expected it. I was in the auditorium. And then Bobby had said, my friend, I think it would be really good we sing it together as an encore. I said, really, Bobby? Okay. Go with the flow. So we had the full Philharmonia, we had Maria, the amazing soprano. Bobby went up on stage because the concert was over for a standing ovation. That was my cue to get up and go and stand by the side of the stage. And he said, would you please welcome to the stage? Hold your applause. Would you please welcome to the stage our Raphael? And then the screen went up, and we sang the song. We sang Raphael's final act as an encore, live. I mean, what an experience. So I was thrilled, really, that Larian asked me to do the song.
Do we want to hear that live?
Never say never, it might happen.
One line. What any Raphael lines would you want to share and live
From what?
from Raphael? A line or the song?
Any song, any line?
Yeah. Are we ready? We want that?
Yes!
Do we want that?
Well, my favorite line, I get asked, what is your favorite line? And I say, my favorite line is, what's better than a devil you don't know?
A devil you do.
So I don't know if this person actually asked these questions to lead this interview. Yeah? So Larian is all about surprise. I don't know, and I'm sorry, I don't have any preparation on this, but I really thank this person who asked these questions. Do you mind if you sign this t-shirt and give it to the person?
Oh my god.
It's a t-shirt.
Whoa.
Yeah, why not?
What do you think?
What do you think? Alright. We should hand this over to you. It's yours now. So yeah, we need the extra questions. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. So I guess there are a lot more questions that are coming up from us. We would like to come with another question, if you don't mind. We okay with the time, I would say, yeah. So there's a lot of people was asking the development team as well questions where during the whole process of developing this game, and what was your feeling as in like, oh, it's going to take another year, or maybe another year. During the whole process, right? And our team, there's a lot of studio in Malaysia and everywhere else. We are pretty far distant from the performance team. And we don't see you guys, right? But then we feel you, the energy is exalting, is split out to the world and to the community as well. So we were very curious for the development team. What was your feeling during the whole entire production process in Baldur Games Studio? Maybe
It was a very fun time. Like we actually got a lot of creativity to do what we do. So I really appreciate that. So.
How about you, Risa?
No, I mean, I think the whole time we were developing the game, I feel like I was a part of something big, even like before the release. Because I feel the love and also the passion like coming from different departments, right? Like, yeah, like you collaborate with the other teammates from another studios, right? All the time, like for example, the Harleep team, my scripter is in UK, and then I'm my animator in Guildford as well. And it's such I feel like a part of something big.
It will keep motivating you, right? Like, I need to get this right because the voice is here, the practice is there, we're just going to put all the pieces and make it into a very nice sequence. So I will go back to the romance game. There is a lot of questions about romance, so it's another question for you. As Raphael, if you would choose any companion to date with you for another romance, who would you choose?
That's so difficult. I find it difficult saying no to a starry. My favourite vampire.
Well, then there's also a few more questions. So we were very lucky. Thank you for all the fans and the gamers that will play our games. We get a lot of awards around the world, including recently we also received one from Malaysia and Japan as well as Asia. So we're very happy about that. Of course, we never forget about one ceremony, the Baldur Game Awards. And there's one question from one of our community from the fans was asking, Andrew, what was your feeling when you received the award? And you share with us before the award ceremony, after the ceremony, and during the ceremony.
My emotions during the battle night. Oh, it was an extraordinary night. I mean, it was unbelievably tense. I was nervous. During the afternoon, I thought I'd better write a speech in case I won. And then I got incredibly nervous during the ceremony because I might have to deliver this speech if I won. So I thought, I don't really want to win, and then I don't have to make this speech. It would be much easier not to win in December 19th. And then the category gets called, and they're playing the clip suddenly, and you know, this is the moment. But it has an unreal feeling to it. You almost feel that you're not really there. You're watching it all from a distance, and then the envelope was opened, and my name was called out. You think, well, did I really hear that? And before and Neil behind me, started shaking my shoulders. Tracy was there, you know, hugging me as I got to my feet. And then I was suddenly on the stage delivering the speech, which apparently Spencer, it was the longest speech in family history. Not quite, almost. But no, it was an absolutely extraordinary experience. And then I got off stage, having delivered the speech, and I did not know where I was. The very first thing they said was, oh, can you just sign? Sign what? The t-shirt? No. Can you sign for the back? Sign for it? What? Well, they're all numbered. Every backer is numbered. There's a number on the back. So they know if this goes missing, it turns up somewhere. I know, it ends up on eBay or something. So, and then there were photographs, and the rest of the evening was a blur. It finally ended about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We had a great night.
Never will walk beside you.
We what?
We never beside you.
Yeah.
On the bench.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing experience. So, I would like to reward this person who asked these questions, I would say. Are you here? If you're here, do you want to know how Andrew feel when he was receiving the award? Now I'm going to give you the feeling. I'm going to ask Andrew. I think I just
Come here. What?
decide
Oh my god! Go. Girl.
on
Oh my
the cover of the piece. You need to sign off the number, right? The number is 0053. So this is the eBay. It's not my problem. It's your problem now. Yeah? Would you mind?
Would I mind?
The number.
My, what manner of distance. Darling, look what you brought. I'm not doing this in gold or
Oh my! You have brought his companion.
There we are. Signed and sealed. Now you have to sign something for me. I'm kidding. Contract, yes. Congratulations.
Alright, so since we still have some time over here,
I took a lot of videos and
we have
photos.
all the collaborations that we're doing, all the developers and the performance team. As we have Andrew here today, as far as
No. But for the staircase?
oh my god, yeah. And we want to open
The
up
Japan version.
If there's anyone who has one question that you would like to ask, aha, yes. You can come to me here.
profit.
We don't mind. Yeah.
I think it's more precious than money.
Yeah. So the question basically, Larian Studio do have a studio in Malaysia. So the question is, have any of the actors and actresses have been to Malaysia studios to work with you guys?
Yeah. Actually, Neil Newborn was in Malaysia during the development. He was there. We had like this workshop for a week for the animation team. So he was there to guide us on like how to do the mocap and like, you know, get into a character. Because some of the animations that are done in the game was also done by the animator as well when they get into the suit. So yeah, Neil was in Malaysia. I remember last year. Yeah, we would have jealous. Yeah.
You know, in my mind, right, who would want to really hack Malaysia next? So, because we've been talking a lot, right? In the last few days, we were talking about like, it's so lovely to be in Asia, to be in Singapore, right? And then we have so many other events here. And thanks to Gamescom Asia, they are amazing organizers. Elite, they are super amazing. And we wanted to do more, right? Do we want to do more in Singapore?
Yes!
Anywhere in Asia, right? So, what do you think about the next of if it could be in Malaysia or in Singapore? What will be your wishes? What will you want to do for the first thing that you will do when you land?
When what?
When you landed in Malaysia or in Singapore for the next events?
For the next event, what would I want to do?
Yeah. On the big street?
As well?
On the big street?
From the skate free, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, we would like to have more collaboration definitely with the performance team to be able to come to Asia more often.
As often as possible.
They can hear that. So that's big, that's big. So we definitely would like to have Andrew back to Singapore or Malaysia or any of the Asian country again, so that we can work together more together. Cool? Alright, so I guess that's all for our friend. What's that? You have questions? You want to? Do we have time? Yes? We are good? I think that's the very last question. You mind? You okay with that? Yeah? Okay. To the character. Wait. Alright. Inspiration. Theme. So what was the question would be, what was your inspiration while you were making your characters design?
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
What was the inspiration?
What are your biggest inspirations behind Dame Aylin?
It's what's my biggest inspiration? I think it was during that time when I was working on Dame Aylin. I realized how shallow my knowledge of D&D is. I really go into like a whole beach on like all the lore, and I have to really learn about Saludinus and who Shara is and what are the conflicts involved, you know. So if you notice in the Dame Armor, when we started to work on it, we have like initial sketches for the concept thing, and it's very sketchy. So a lot of times I've come up with the details on my own, and there's a lot of like saloons and motives in our armor, on our armor set, and I think that comes from like, you know, like, because at the time we were briefed that she is kind of like connected to saloon, so I want to bring that, I want to really represent that details in her look and her physicality as well. That's why I see a lot of like a lot of curves, like crescent shapes, so that deep enough.
Thank